Alright, so we're at the end. So we have our handle and our straight part. No. So there's really not much of a difference density wise, like the part that I wove in. I had that core going to about here. So there's really not much, really you can't hardly tell at all. So, my husband's sneaking silverware out so he can eat pie. So all I'm gonna do, so here's my little four, right? I'm gonna take two opposing sides and I'm just gonna knot them together. I have yet to find really a more like useful way to end these. So I'm gonna knot those together once, and you can do a square knot on these, but I don't. I usually just do a set of halfsies, and then if you can, so that have them kind of so that they're, rather than on top of each other, they're kind of on each other's sides. So just two half knots, and then I take each of the sides and I do two half knots again. That seems to do the trick pretty well. So you can do two whole knots if you want it to be a little extra sturdy. But this is usually enough, because usually if the dogs are going to go at these, they're going to pull on them, and that's only going to tighten them. Pulling on this really doesn't put any stress on them. So halves are probably plenty. Just crank down on them as best you can. If you have too thin a piece of fleece and you crank down really, really hard, it can break it. So make sure your pieces are at least a couple inches. And then we're going to cut this, and then we'll have ourselves a lovely thing. And again, ignore this. Normally that wouldn't be there. So you can do it this way. If you want to do one that's two-sided, so you've got like a handle and a handle over here as well, you just, instead of cutting that center core, you're just going to run it through, and then you're going to continue on before. You will have a knot on one end or the other of the handles, but that's just the reality of it. And so what you can do if you wanted, you can run the loop so that it goes around and your knot is basically right here instead of here, if you want it, you know, for your handle, however you wish to do it. So you can do it this way where there's two. You can just do a straight one with no handle at all.